Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ripka Edit. I'm Heidi Ripka, and joining me tonight is a very special person, JTV host and friend, Amy Scaglione. Hi.
So good to see you.
You know, I say friend because since we're friends on social media, I feel like I know you.
Isn't it funny? That's one of the benefits of social media. See each other's kids.
We're going around with our kids, moving people into school, into apartments. I'm like, oh, Amy, hi, known you forever.
But it's our second time together, right?
It is our second time together, and it's so nice seeing you
too.
in person.
You too.
Thanks for joining me here
pleasure.
Tonight. And under normal circumstances, I'd be saying, let's go for cocktails.
I would say yes.
But instead, we're going to settle for cocktail rings.
That's right. Gorgeous cocktail rings. I was knocked out.
Aren't they gorgeous? You know, anyone that's watched me knows that one of my favorite pieces of jewelry or categories of jewelry are rings. I love rings. The bigger, the better. Yep. I've never seen a ring that's too big for me. I have found some that are too small, in all fairness. But fortunately, Judith Ripka is known for big, bold cocktail rings. And so we pulled a fabulous assortment, amazing. I think, right?
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Fun. They're fun. So we're going to just dive right in. We're going to just play with our rings today and just show you all these gorgeous styles that you can find on jtv.com from Judith Ripka. And I want to start off with one that I have on. It is a Judith Ripka turquoise doublet ring. We have it right here, actually. And I'm going to let you, do you have one over there?
I have one here.
Nope, that's different.
Which one do you have? Oh, I don't have this it.
I don't think you have it. So I have one on my finger. I'm going to let you play with this one.
There's my sample over there, I think, somewhere. It doesn't matter, but now I have it.
This is a turquoise doublet. So it's a slice of turquoise that has a faceted rose-cut crystal quartz over it. So it gives it this nice reflective, kind of like you're looking into a pool when you look into a turquoise doublet. It's nice and shimmery and has that beautiful glow to it. And this ring has pave bella luce all around the basket on the prongs. And we did this really interesting pointed prong. And Judith Ripka is known for a few things. One of them is texture, and the other is all of our really special details. And so we don't ever just put a basic prong on anything. It always has that little zhuzhed up special something that makes you know you're looking at Judith Ripka.
And I was just going to say that's what makes it so recognizable. You immediately recognize those details. And I think that's what makes it so special because you're really getting Judith's eye in everything.
That's right. And she has the most unbelievable taste, the most unbelievable eye. She'll look at a piece, she'll be like, no, it just needs a little something here, a little something there. And it's those little details, those little touches that just make it special. And so this ring has a split shank, just a delicate small one that you can see here. Lets a little air pass through. It has a fluting right here. We wrapped it with a little more bella luce. And this is all in 14 karat gold clad. And Amy, our 14 karat gold clad is a really beautiful shade of gold. It's a little bit softer. It's really nice on the skin. It's over sterling silver and it's layers of gold. So it's not going to wear off. You're going to be able to wear this for years and years and years. And it's going to stay this beautiful shade of gold jewelry. So I thought it was a great ring to start off with.
It's spectacular. Such a statement ring.
I was going to say, and this is not for the person that likes something small and delicate. It has 2.60 carats of bella luce. So that's a lot of sparkle.
And you know, the bella luce, if you're familiar with Judith Ripka or some of our jewelry television customers just being introduced, maybe for the first time, I never like to assume, even though Judith's been 4 decades, right?
Yep.
But to marry together bella luce, to me, is that opportunity. Maybe you couldn't afford a piece before. Maybe it's been on your wish list all of your life.
Yep.
This is an opportunity to have everything that Judith does so beautifully, more affordably.
That's right. And in all fairness to anybody watching, if you're familiar with Judith Ripka, when she started her collection in the 70s, everything was 18 karat gold and diamonds. And it was later on in her career that she launched into what we call affordable luxury. So it's sterling silver with bella luce, which is a diamond simulant. And the reason why I'm saying in all fairness to everybody is because if you notice this necklace that Amy's wearing, her earrings, or perhaps you've noticed my cuffs or my necklace, Amy and I decided to play in my personal jewelry box, and I brought with me some really special vintage pieces from the Couture collection. So you're not going to find these right now on JTV, but I will tell you that I've been working really hard with the the production team here at JTV, and we're going to be bringing you a lot of these couture styles, but in that affordable luxury. So it's going to be sterling silver, or it'll be the 14 karat gold clad. It'll have the Bella Luce, because these are timeless looks that we want you all to be able to have in your own personal jewelry box.
Well, I think about that opportunity to be able, to me, it's like sitting down with Judith, right? Because you can own that look, you can own that inspiration, you can own that history, right? But be able to get it home in maybe multiple pieces that you might have not had the opportunity to own in the past. And that's what's so special about this collection also.
That's
You're
right.
not sacrificing anything.
You're not sacrificing anything. You could build that collection and feel good about it. Because when I look at the pieces that I own, I've been with the company for 28 years, I've been collecting for that long, I still wear those pieces. And I always like to brag about the fact that I have these pieces for so long and they don't go out of style. I enjoy wearing them day in, day out, years and years now. So.
Well, they look like, to me, when you glance over, just taking them in with your eyes, it looks like a celebrities collection. Like you stepped into a celebrities collection, into the vault, and you're just taking in every cocktail ring that she owns, because each one is unique. It could have been created 20 years ago, 50 years ago, or last week. It's so timeless.
That's right. And so it always mixes in. So when you start your collection today, you'll be building on it tomorrow. So I'm going to move us along because this next ring is
spectacular.
Really spectacular. So are you going to show the pink or are you going to show the green?
Do you want to do the morganite first?
Sure,
Okay.
sure. So I'll let you show the morganite.
I lost a fingernail. It's not going to be pretty. We'll
that's okay. We have all been there.
We'll do this. This I was knocked out by immediately, because the whole feel of morganite and the popularity during the engagement ring, and then moving into all the other areas of our jewelry. Morganite's just that peachy pink I'm madly in love with.
And it looks phenomenal. And it's important for people to understand that it does have a peachy undertone, which is what helps make it look genuine. And so this is a really big, bold marquee ring. It's also available. I'm wearing it in the simulated emerald. So if you like more of the green stone, which I'm always into green, so I'm a little biased. So I have it on here in the simulated green, the simulated emerald. And this one is a 15 karat simulated emerald, and yours is a 15 karat morganite simulant. So that is knuckle to knuckle, this ring, really big, and 5 carats of Bella Luce. So just like that turquoise doublet ring we were looking at, you're going to find all that pave around the basket, a little bit of detail on the shank, and our texture going down afterwards. So you have all of that, the bells and whistles from Judith Ripka. And what we did was more of a vintage type of setting, an antique setting, where we did multiple small prongs to hold in that marquee stone and really make the stone and the pave the hero of this style. So,
and Heidi, let me ask you, so if Judith's designing a ring like this, so an inspiration like this, so for a woman like me, I'm not always on the runway, a black tie event. So inspiration like this, does she take it from sort of that runway look and then being able to work it back to our everyday looks? How would you wear a ring like this? Like, what would be your go-to place?
For me?
Yeah.
And Judith. Judith has instilled in me my entire life, because I feel like I've
been with her.
I mean, literally right out of college. So it's it's my entire adult life. Yeah. She's always instilled that she doesn't want your jewelry to sit into your jewelry box.
Right.
She wants you to wear it. And so, yes, it might be a little dressy to go to the supermarket, but if you're going to work and then you're going out to dinner or you're meeting friends for cocktails, she wants you to wear it. She wants you to take it out and wear it. She doesn't want you to save it for a rainy day, save it for a black tie affair. Wear your jewelry. Enjoy your jewelry, because otherwise, what's the point?
That's right. With everything in life, right? You want to enjoy it. It's like the old saying of putting away the great silver and not taking it out. You never know. And it's fun to see. I agree with you. And even seeing a new generation wearing pearls differently.
Yes.
Right? So we're all interpreting it. And the old rules, I don't think, apply anymore.
I agree with you. Well, listen, no rules. I'm wearing white jeans today. We're after Labor Day. Rules are out the door. But especially with Judith Ripka, we want you to wear your jewelry at all times and enjoy it. So that's a great question, because it is a big, bold ring. And yes, you need to be comfortable in it, but learn to get comfortable with something that maybe you were not so sure about at
But
first.
I'm looking at you with white jeans on, and if you were going out for dinner with your husband in a cute little jacket, you could wear that ring in a heartbeat.
Absolutely, without a doubt. I wouldn't think twice about it. I want to always wear my jewelry.
Mhm.
So I'm
Gorgeous.
moving us along at a faster
Okay.
pace
Oh,
because
no,
I
we
see what
have
the
to,
time is and we have a
unfortunately.
lot of things to cover here. The next ring is more of an estate feel. It is a green chalcedony ring. It is set in sterling silver. It has all the Bella Luce. We have these really special detailed prongs that you could see a little closer on your hand, but it's a fleur-de-lis. And fleur-de-lis is also a symbol that Judith has used a lot in her collection. So it's micro pave around the fleur-de-lis. And whereas the ring we were looking at earlier is a split shank, this is like a parallel. It's a straight shank that tapers slightly towards the back, but it has an airline going down the center. We have some little wraps going over here, but this is a green chalcedony that just has so much light to it. It has so much vibrancy for a green chalcedony, which is an opaque stone, yet it doesn't look flat.
Not at all.
It doesn't have that density that you get a lot of times in opaque stone. And it's a low profile. And the reason I point that out is because we're heading into winter.
Mhm.
It means the gloves are coming out.
That's right.
It means we need to be able to put our gloves over. And
Mhm.
so when a ring is low like this, it's so much easier to get your gloves on. So you don't have to worry about it catching. These prongs are nice and smooth. It's going to go on perfectly. And also, if you're new to Judith Ripka, all of our sterling is rhodium plated.
Which, right?
Huge. It's huge because it means we don't have to work for our jewelry. It means that when we take it out of our jewelry box, it's going to be white and bright. It's not going to tarnish. We don't need to, when I say work for it, we don't need to be tarnishing it every time we take it out of the jewelry box. It's going to be like this. It's also going to match all of your white gold because
Beautiful.
white gold is rhodium plated.
That's right.
So it's the same shade of white. And believe it or not, whites have different shades, even in metal. So this is going to match beautifully.
And I'm
And-
looking at it on you from the side profile. It's so gorgeous.
Isn't
And
it?
that fleur-de-lis, it just ups the game. This could have been done with a simple prong set or, on
Absolutely.
cabochon and been really simple set. And it's an absolutely different look. We take for granted that side profile. And as I looked over at you, I was just knocked out by the profile on your finger.
Yeah, it's really a spectacular ring and it has a little bit of texture. Just finishing it off, we designed 360 degrees.
Yeah.
There's nothing that is just there.
Right.
It's there intentionally. Everything has intent. Everything's designed and finished beautifully, right down to the back plate on the inside, underneath that stone. So when it slides on your finger, it really just glides on so fluidly. This is a 12.5 carat green chalcedony, and it has a carat 75 of the Bella Luce.
And let me tell you, the Bella Luce looks spectacular with it too. And Bella Luce's been part of the JTV family for nearly since JTV's inception, right? So almost 28 years.
Yep.
So believable, so beautiful. And I think it makes a great partner with this ring.
It makes a great partner because it looks genuine.
Absolutely.
No one would question
Not in
and
a million
say,
years.
are those really diamonds?
Never.
Never,
Mm-mm.
never, ever.
Nope.
It is a very, very high, fine quality
Yeah.
diamond simulant.
For sure.
And that was when we were discussing becoming partners with JTV, we were taking all this into consideration because
Right.
our jewelry, we hold to a very high level.
Your name is on it.
Exactly. And so we needed to make sure that if we were going to put the Bella Luce tag with the Judith Ripka name, that we were comfortable. And when we looked at the quality of Bella Luce, we were floored at just how beautiful
I'm
these
telling
stones
you.
were. The cut, the color, everything about them was beautiful. So we're very
Spectacular.
proud to be able to say that we have Bella Luce stones in our jewelry. And going forward, there'll be so much more. So we're really excited about that. So I'm going to keep us moving. So we're on schedule here. But the next ring we're going to look at comes in 3 different stones. It is this gorgeous cushion-shaped stone, right? This gorgeous cushion cocktail ring. It is available in blue topaz, in amethyst, and we have it also over here in the rich honey citrine.
I've never loved my birthstone so much. I'm a November baby.
You
I
are.
saw this and
It
I
looks
fell
really
in love.
pretty. It's, you know what it is? It's the right shade of citrine.
That's it.
Some citrines just are like,
Uh-huh.
but this is like a nice,
Yeah.
rich, warm honey.
It's like a
kind of-
dollop of honey, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. It's so warm and delicious. And this is a little bit, I would say, more casual compared to the other rings we
Yeah.
looked at. It has the elements of Bella Luce. It has that touch. It has the prongs where you have just that little touch of Bella Luce on the tip of each prong. It has the little wrap, But the rest of this ring is really flanked by the beautiful Judith Ripka texture. So if you look, you have all different ropes and fine berget and flutes go all around here. So it's texture rich and it's got a little bit of sparkle. So if you've been looking at some of these other cocktail rings and you're saying, a little too dressy for me, I don't know if they're my style, but you want something that's more your speed.
Right.
This, I think, is a perfect ring for that
It splits
person.
the difference, doesn't
Exactly.
it?
It splits the difference. And these are all genuine. So genuine blue topaz, genuine citrine, and genuine amethyst.
And that blue topaz, I noticed right away, Heidi, it's the most beautiful blue hue. It's like that dreamy blue between the ocean and the sky.
Yes.
It's not that like rich, dark London.
Yep.
It's that beautiful sky. And I think it's so flattering on every skin tone.
It is. And not only that, the one thing that I'm going to put all these rings together actually for a second. The one thing that I want to make sure everyone sees, I have one right here. So when you look at these stones, I want you to see how vibrant these are, how saturated they are. There's so much color in all of these gemstones. So whether you're a February amethyst baby or a November citrine baby or you're a December blue topaz baby, it doesn't matter if it's your birthstone or not. You love these gorgeous colors, whatever the occasion. These are tried and true classic Judith Ripka style cocktail rings for every single day of the week.
The setting in the band alone, never mind the stone. It's spectacular. It's so elegant. It's so eye-catching. And it does scream Judith Ripka, which is what I love about it. So it's recognizable, but it's so elegant, so classy. And I love exactly what we were saying, splitting that difference between cocktail ring, but again, a ring you can wear. I'd put this on with blue jeans and a great little top and be out the door.
And, you know, like I was saying, for me, it doesn't matter how much sparkles on it.
Yeah.
I can wear it every day, but I recognize that so many people feel that they need to kind of dial it back a little bit during the day.
Go for
and
it.
Okay, go for it. Whatever. Listen, for me, I'm looking at these 3 rings. I'm like, oh, I kind of like.
Can I
these
wear them
all
on one on
together.
every
Why
finger?
Not? Why not? I mean, I have long fingers. Maybe, maybe I will.
Yeah.
Who's gonna tell me not to, right? So just to give everyone a little bit of the facts and figures, these are each 10 carats. So 10 carat citrine, 10 carat amethyst, or 10 carat of the blue topaz, and it's 30 points of the Bella Luce. So nice.
If you had a favorite of those 3, what's your favorite? Which do you gravitate toward? Do you have a favorite?
That's a really...
Not to put you on the spot, but if you said, I can take one home.
If I could take one home. You know, it's unusual for me to say this. I think I'm going for the citrine.
Because you're thinking fall, I bet.
It is.
You know, the seasons are changing.
I was looking, oh my gosh. So today we were doing photo shoots and all sorts of things preparing for the launch in October.
Yeah.
And they had wardrobes out for something else. And I was like, ooh, brown pants. When was the last time I had brown pants? Or, ooh, look at this olive colored. I was like looking at all the fall tones and I'm like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for my fall colors.
Nesting
but it didn't stop me from being on my white jeans. But yeah, maybe that's it. It's time for fall.
Yeah.
And it's time, the leaves are going to start turning, the pumpkins. I love fall.
Cinnamon spice. I think we all do. It's like it's in the air right now. The kids are going back to school. We're all ready for that. And I think maybe colors, and that's a great point because maybe colors and gemstones that you wouldn't have entertained before, now's a chance to try something different.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. So that is a great ring. You put on, I don't think you have it on anymore.
My favorite.
You had on your favorite, the upside down ring.
Oh, it's so cool.
It is a fantastic style.
Oh, so cool.
Which one do you have over there?
I have them both. Do you want?
Oh, no, I have both too.
Okay.
So let's put them on and play a little bit with these.
This was so chic. I saw this and fell in love.
Well, this is different from everything else. So, you know, I have to say, I wouldn't really call this a cocktail ring, but I wanted to include it in the assortment because it is different, but it was speaking to me. So it's an upside down ring. It has 2 7mm cabochon stones. It does have that gorgeous Bella Luce framing them, and it's a beautiful rolled pave, really different. So we have the 14 karat gold clad with the dormdorite, which I can never pronounce that one. Dormdorite.
He was like a French, wasn't he?
He was a
French
dormdorite.
Yeah, he was like a French geologist or something.
Yes.
I believe so.
And you're 100% right. So it was named after him. So thank you. And so this is a bluestone that we really haven't used too much of. There are a few earring styles right now. There might be a few cuffs with this stone, and I just fell in love with it.
Spectacular.
It's so different.
Yes.
You know, if you like a navy stone, but you don't want lapis, and you want something that's a little bit more richer than like an eye, because eye could sometimes be a little more purpley.
Yeah.
I thought this was just such a
And where do
great,
you really turn to, right?
Right,
If you
yeah.
don't, there's not a lot of places to go.
There's not. So when we had an opportunity to use this stone, I'm like, done, sign me up. And we were talking about, what do you wear with blue jeans? Well, I think this was a great color. If you're someone that likes to be a little more matchy and you want something to kind of tie into your blue jeans, that's a great look. But navy goes with everything. It goes with browns, it goes with grays. It's very chic to put with black even. Put it with cream, whatever it is that you're wearing. It's a great look. And the other version that we have here is in a pink opal. So it's a Peruvian pink opal. It has all of that Bel Luce around it, but this is a really soft pink. These are natural, the opals. They're not treated in any way. So you'll find that there are different shades of it. Some of them might be a little more intense than others, but it's a really pretty pink stone. It's very consistent, the color throughout. And as I mentioned, these are 7mm stones each. They have 90 points of the Bel Luce. And it's just a very different silhouette. It does have all the Southampton texture on the shank wrapping around. So the Southampton, if you're new to the collection, it's a texture that Judith does where it's almost like a rope twist, but then it has these angled lines going across it. The angled lines we call berget. So it gives it this really nice, rich feel. So that is a stunning ring, right?
You know what I've always thought of when I see that, and for lack of a better term, that technique or that style that she uses, it also reminds me, and even the name is kind of inherent, and it reminds me of like a Nantucket beach, like a seashell.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or nautilus, you call them,
the
right?
Way it twists around. Yes, I agree. You know what? That's such a nice way of describing it.
It's just, I immediately saw that. I remember my children were little. We would take them to the beach and you see that nautilus, that twist. It immediately reminded me of that. I fell in love with these. There's something kind of like, there's something cool and chic and different about them.
They're more on like the hips of the rings, and they're less conservative.
Yeah.
They're more edgy.
They
really
are.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're just, if you want something different too, something a little different, something, and to me, but what's funny about it, they have that sort of modern, edgy look, but there's almost like and that's in Judith, but a twist of antiquity in there too. I can't quite, do you know what I mean?
Yes, and one of the things for Judith is that she's always drawn inspiration from estate jewelry.
Exactly.
So you've kind of nailed it.
That's it.
There's always that little nod towards historical pieces of jewelry from all different eras, and you do feel that in all of her pieces.
Yes.
Even if you went back to her beginning, if you went back to the styles that she did in the 70s, 80s, 90s, it all really is a nod. And then even bring it forward, we went even deeper into the estate look. We went deeper into the Art Deco. So it's kind of all throughout the collection.
And you can feel it and see it. And I was searching for that because today was the first time I saw this ring. And that's exactly what I was feeling and seeing.
You've nailed it. So we have one ring left, and that's good because we kind of kept everybody here a little bit longer than we planned to. And this last ring is also a nod towards a slightly more casual look. We have it in green chalcedony as well as in turquoise. And it's a 14mm ring. I actually own this ring, but in black onyx, which I think we'll have to consider bringing back because it's such a great look. And I find that I wear it a lot. For some reason, our samples.
I think these are like an 11. They didn't.
I'm not sure what happened.
I'm gonna hold mine.
I can't put them on my thumb.
Well, because they're like an 11. They said. I think we just got the wrong sample sizes.
So I don't know if we got the wrong sample sizes or if we're running low on these. But maybe I can't tell you. I couldn't even do that. So here we are. So these are also a rose cut cabochon stone, which is what we were talking about earlier with some of the other green chalcedony. So we have green chalcedony and turquoise. And these have, again, that really delicate, interesting prong where it's kind of like a little trillion shape. You have a prong set Bel Luce in the center, and then it's a more delicate shank. So it's that Southampton that we were looking at previously. Let me find it in the clad here.
Got it? Okay.
Yep. So same Southampton, but it's a little bit more delicate on this ring, where it was chunkier over here on the upside down ring. It's a great ring for every day, like we were looking at the blue topaz and amethyst and citrine rings. Again, if you're that person that's not really comfortable wearing so much sparkle daytime, this is a great style for you then, because it's a little bit more simple. It's a little more understated, but it still has every detail that you look for in Judith Ripka.
And would you agree this definitely has that, even the color of the gold that you used in this, a total nod to that estate kind of, right?
Always.
Really in this
Even
one I see it.
Look at the stone cut. The stone cut has it. It's not a traditional faceted stone cutting. It all is reflective of Judith's history, of her research, of her inspiration. It all goes right back to it. So these are 14 millimeter stones, 10 points of Bella Luce. Again, it's the prongs that represent the Bella Luce here. So yeah, great styles.
Oh, and they're gorgeous, you know, and I'm driving those points home only because I've been aware of Judith all of these years, you know, in 20 years of working in home shopping and meeting you and being familiar with the brand. But because it's new to some of our jewelry television shoppers, we're being able to really experience it for the first time.
Which is exciting, right?
I think it's so fun to kind of chat a little bit about what is in this, what's in the magic sauce of Judith Ripka.
Chat, educate, really have people understand that a lot of jewelry brands are beautiful jewelry, but they don't have the history.
That's right.
And they don't have the distinctive style where every time you see it, you could be like, oh, that's a so-and-so. You know it when you see a piece of Judith Ripka jewelry. You know it because it has these special details that we talked about, whether it's the prong or the texture, the silhouettes, the boldness to it. There's no denying it. When you see somebody across the room and they're wearing Judith Ripka.
That's right.
I can't begin to tell you how many times I'll see somebody, I'll be like, ooh, that's the Lola ring they have on. That's the, ooh, I can
My
see
best friend brought it up when I said I was chatting with you tonight. She was like, I'm so jealous. I love Judith Ripka. And I said, well, guess what? You're going to be able to get your hands on it here.
Absolutely. And it's fun. And so we're so excited to be bringing it to all the JTV viewers now so that you could all wear it and enjoy it and see what we're so excited about, because there's so much to say about this collection. There's so many beautiful details, and it's those details that you'll see and appreciate even more when you get it home. You'll really understand what we're telling you about here tonight. So, Amy, thank you so much for doing this with me tonight.
Gosh.
I really appreciate
wearing
it.
gorgeous Judith Ripka jewelry and getting to hang out with you.
It's
fun.
Awful. I know.
It's
fun. And I could just talk about jewelry all day. So thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next Wednesday on the Ripkata. Bye-bye. Thank you.